Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Luna Mia channel. And we are having the new moon coming up in Scorpio. No eclipse, but definitely powerful energy. So for everyone who's new here, welcome. And please subscribe, share, like, and spread the message for those who may need it. And I'm glad you're here. So how this works, I give a general update about the current new moon energy, and then I go specifically into the signs. I base my readings off the rising sign or ascendant, and you can find in the description box how you can calculate that, your birth chart, and find out your rising sign or ascendant. You do need your exact birth time for that. However, you can also work with your sun sign, and then on the third position there would be your moon sign. That's more like subtle on an emotional level. Depending, I would definitely, for this new moon, I would recommend to look at your moon sign too, because it is deep emotional and we go really deep with that energy. So I for myself looked actually at all three signs for this time around, and just play around with that. It really is an intuitive thing. Sometimes it may resonate with you on a larger level or just with your ascendant. Sometimes it just resonates with all signs. It really depends. So just play around, and as always I recommend to take note on your journey, like a little journal, even with little keywords, what happened, because this is a new moon, a new cycle is starting. Yep, the dark moon phase. So this could be really interesting for you to see where is that going in 6 months' time. Because we tend to forget time is going very fast, and a lot of things can happen within 6 months, right? Sometimes even a day can even feel like, wow, what happened? Especially when you work with timelines and collapsing timelines and quantum leaping. This definitely feels like it. So I would recommend that for you guys, so you can reflect back. I find it very intriguing and interesting, because even I forget sometimes, wow, this actually happened 6 months ago. Whoa. Especially when it's very helpful for your own journey. Because after all, you listen to that video right now because you are interested you want to learn something for yourself. You want to go deeper into your own soul patterns and cycles. So that's why you listen to that. So really welcome, and I really commend you for that. Because only when we really start learning more and more about ourselves and tapping into our own wisdom and getting to know ourselves, then we can only show up as our true authentic self in this world. It doesn't work the other way. If it's the other way, then you're just like a filtered, tinted version of how people see you, want you to be, tell you what you can do, what you cannot do, and that's what we're not here for. So going right into the theme of the new moon, before the new moon, the week before, or a couple of days before, after, you also know, but before, definitely you will feel there's this big purging and cleansing coming up, like this stripping away of things that no longer serve you. And of course, energetically speaking, this has to happen because we want to make space for the new. You want to plant new seeds and create something new. So what that means, we have to get rid of all the old stuff, because if our cupboard is full of clothes, there's no space to buy new stuff and to hang it in there. It doesn't work. So we have to empty it and then get something new, right? This is just the energetic symbolic language of that. So if you have felt like, whoa, there was some heavy stuff coming up for you, then you're doing it right. You're on the right path because you're clearing it. Yes, I do know, it can feel sometimes very hard, and especially if you're not aware, if you're new to the stuff, you're new to tapping back into your soul remembering and your soul, into your soul imprints, this can be quite scary at times. So please do reach out to people like-minded people, or people who understand you, or who are working in the space already, or even leave a comment or reach out to me. So I am always happy to help in whatever shape or form. This new moon, as I mentioned, is in Scorpio. Welcome to Scorpio season. Scorpio is one of the most transformative and deep signs. They're very mysterious, and they like to investigate, kind of like a detective. They really like to get to the ground of stuff. And if you know Scorpios, I know a few, initially they are not very warm and welcoming. They're very distant because they just like, they have a little bit of trust issues, but they observe. But once you get into their space, once you are in their heart, in their energy field, they really got you. They really will stay with you. They're so loyal, and they are very intense signs and very passionate as well. So this is definitely the energy that is around us. So anything can feel very intense and really deep right now, in whatever shape or form. But for most of us, there will be old stuff coming to the surface. Like, this really calls for deep shadow work, to face the things about us that we don't like, to face our biggest fears, to go deep into our subconscious programming and really let everything come to the surface that we no longer want and need. And to really face it, to face things that we don't like about ourselves. I mean, come on, we all have, traits that we don't like about ourselves, or things, and that's totally normal. Welcome to being a human. And nobody's perfect, and that's the beauty of it. But even embracing your, should I say, dark sides, your shadow side, learn to embrace that and see the strength in that, because this is also showing you parts where you can grow. And this is definitely what this new moon is about. Definitely going deep into that. And your biggest fears, work with your biggest fears. So whenever fears are coming up, we are so conditioned to run away, to protect ourselves, to try to avoid it. But what we actually need to do is face our fears, because beyond what is beyond our fears, this is where the transformation happens. This is where we get given our greatest gifts and strengths, and where we actually see what we are made of. And this can be hard because we are not used to it, and our brain will always try to keep us safe, right? The mind will always try to keep us safe, because that's what the mind is, or one of the tasks of the mind is to do that, and to keep us safe from danger, from threats, from getting eaten by predators. So if you have felt a little bit like that and the mind took over, then you are also, again, I say, on the right path. It is definitely uncomfortable, but if you are willing to do this work and to face your biggest fears, your life will change, and it will become really magical, because most people will stop there and they will never even get close to 1% of their fullest potential. And so don't be that person. Literally take this chance and go for it, because what have you got to lose? You're not running from lions. Well, hopefully most of us don't anymore, and most of us have a very fair, safe place, a home and a roof over the head. So yeah, this is just the mind is creating that fear and this energy, and you will feel that in your nervous system. And also, some of you may even feel like in the body, like a lot of anxiety and shakiness, and maybe even tingling and stuff like that. I definitely, with my clients that I work with, I heard that. And this is because when you are in fear, this is the response of your body, and your nervous system is just like on high drive, right? The adrenaline is pumped. You're like, oh my gosh, what is going to happen? Even though there is no threat as such, it's just created in the mind. And this is really a good time to do lots of grounding, go into nature, even hugging yourself in the moment and really calming yourself down, and simply breathing. Honestly, we forget how powerful our own breathing is and how we can calm ourselves down. Yes, you can use all the tools. You can listen to some anti-anxiety frequencies and stuff like that. I do that too, but honestly, the most simple thing is breathing, nature, grounding, hug yourself, and come to this present moment. And honestly, it is like magic, and you will see you will be much, much more relaxed. When you start stepping into your dreams and you start dreaming, immediately there will be subconscious programming coming up. There will be like things coming up. No, you can't do this. No, you are not good enough for this. Who do you think you are? You're way too old. No, it is impossible. How, blah, blah, blah. This is all coming up. And this is naturally happening because obviously our programming is running in the background, 24/7. And it's trying to keep us into our old version. So expect, if you choose to rise like the phoenix from the ashes, expect that your subconscious is going to be like a bitch. I have to say it this way, right? It's like a mother lion that will protect her babies with every ounce of her body and with everything she's got. So expect your subconscious programming to show up in this way, and expect your 3D world reflect that back to you accordingly. So this could look like all of a sudden you feel super sick, or your car breaks down, or you get fired from your job, or there's more obstacles at work, or mishaps in a family, you lose your bag, your purse, your credit cards, whatever, all these things, and possibly all at once. That means when you take quantum leaps and you really shift into a new frequency, a new version of you that hasn't been created before in this lifetime, this is going to happen. Okay, I'm just going to confirm that with you. So if you have felt like, oh, this is not working, this is not good, it is exactly what will happen. And this is the part, again, where most people will step back and where they will give up and stop. But this is now for you to keep going through and work through and really ask yourself, is this really true? Where's the evidence? Is that actually true? And work with your fears, like interview your fear, like say, welcome it in. It's like a friend, it's like any other emotion that comes up, like joy, love, anger, frustration, fear, very much same thing, and work with it. And that was just 444 on the timer to confirm that. Ask it, what are you here to show me? What are you trying to tell me? And let it talk to you. I know it may sound funny or uncomfortable, but this is how this energetic game works, because you can resolve everything right here, right now. And then this new moon in Scorpio also rules the 8th house, which is about transformation, about rebirth and death. So also about the taboo topics, the hidden stuff like sex and joint finances and all that kind of stuff. This may come up. And the rebirth, you kind of like need to let your old self die in order to step into your new version. So this is how it can feel. Some may have gone through some death, but in a symbolic language, like soul death, like there are parts of you that no longer serve you and they are old, they're outdated. So get them out. Don't even linger on. And sometimes with this work, and I say that when I work with my clients one-on-one as well, we don't always need to know everything in detail, like where's it come from, what motherline, fatherline, whatsoever, whatever you believe in. Sometimes it's literally just about letting it go right now, right here. Request a command to leave your space now, and that's it. And that works like magic. Because the mind will always try to want to analyze and wants to know all the details, but you don't need them. Sometimes you do, and trust that the details will be given to you exactly when you need them. And this is how it works when you really learn to tune into your soul and trust that guidance completely. This new moon also is trining Saturn. And Saturn, the planet of, restrictions, limitations, the father energy, very masculine, ruling time and structure. So with this transformation, it is really what old ways and structures are no longer aligned with the new version of you, because it's a new cycle starting, and then whatever house it is falling in for you, you will feel that topic coming up for you more strongly or dominantly. And what is it, you want to birth the new version of you, and what structures are not aligned with that version of you, and this needs to fall away. So there could be like a little bit of a push-pull energy, and especially the mind will kick in with like timelines. This is not possible, this will take much longer. But as I mentioned, you can really drop and dissolve and collapse timelines right in this moment by actually requesting it. It is as simple as that. And also, there's a lot of sexual energy with this new moon, this kind of sensuality, longing, rebirthing, creation. So sexual energy is one of the most powerful energies that we have. And it's not about the penetrating sex itself, it's about creation, birthing. So really you can use that for birthing the new into your life, birthing a new project, being really creative, starting something new. Super beautiful energy with this new moon, and make the most of it. Flirt with your new beginning. Flirt, like have this flirtatious energy. Who doesn't love flirting, and this energy of like this excitement, getting to know someone or something new, and use that energy to amplify everything. Really have fun with that. Make it fun. As much as shadow work can be very healing and can feel heavy and dark, but also bring some fun components into that. It's very important in general with all the healing work, because I feel like that's always like such a heavy label attached to healing work, but it can be really fun, especially when you start to understand the game and know that everything is showing up for you to help you to grow and to evolve. This is what it is about. And this is also what this new moon is showing you, that there's always something that we want to renew, rebirth, let go. It will never stop. It's an ongoing process. And once you understand, you start more and more to relax and sit back and be like, okay, a deeper layer. Let's see what's coming out of this. Wow, this fear showing up again. What is that showing me this time? Where is it leading me to? Every single time, and it was 919 on the timer. It's about new beginnings and the big new things on the horizon. It's an angel number if you work with it. It's about being excited what it will show you every single time when fear shows up. Of course, I feel the fear too. But then the next moment, when I move through this, I'm excited. Okay, I know there's a shift happening. There's a transformation happening, because this is deep. This goes deep. So I'm excited. Wow. And it's not usually that's like super grand stuff, but it's really profound for myself, for my internal work, for an understanding, for actually helping me to love myself better, to understand myself better, and to step more and more into my authentic self and spread this message to the world. That's what I'm here for. There was 10, 10, 10 on the timer. Wow, the angels are very much confirming everything today. Not just today, all the time, but I'm just aware, taking notice of it just right now. Okay, this is all I have to say in general for this new moon energy. So I would recommend you to take this time to really work with your deepest self, to go really deep, and don't be afraid, because it's you after all. That works with you, and trust yourself. And the more you do the work, the more you see what actually got put upon you, what programs you're running, and it's not actually you. And then you get to choose which ones do I want to keep and which ones do I want to let go of. And that's the game, and that's what we're here for. Going through the signs. Aries, for you guys, this is in the 8th house, pretty much the house of Scorpio, right? I mentioned it about transformation. The phoenix rising from the ashes. It's about going into your deepest hidden stuff, the subconscious, going really deep into that. It's a new cycle starting. This could have felt pretty heavy before the new moon. There would be lots of stuff coming up around, this self-doubt and fears, and like actually facing the fears. Like Aries is pretty much like they go. They go, and take action. They're not so used to actually sitting back, having a deep breath and reflection. This is very scary for Aries, because they are used to this energy and move. Burn, baby, burn, fire, right? But this new moon calls in for you guys to actually sit down and or have a quiet moment, or reflect on these hidden things. What are you hiding from the world? Because you are seen as this powerhouse, the I am, the leader. But what is actually behind that? And what are you trying to mask? This is very, very profound for you, because once you let this come to the surface and show your vulnerability, I feel like this time is about showing your vulnerability and sharing your fears and stuff that is coming up, and that will make you even more powerful. Because usually, like, the program that we have carried from the collective is, oh, you have to be strong, don't show emotions, don't be vulnerable equals weakness. But that's, in my opinion, my belief system is, it is absolute bullshit. And more people start to share their vulnerability, because that's actually strength that makes them very attractive. Because nobody wants to have a fallen angel. Nobody wants to have someone who is just sharing everything is perfect, because we all are going through things. We all have our baggage to carry. We all have things to work through. We all have things that we want to go deeper into, healing work or releasing, whatever you want to call it. And this time around, Aries, it's for you. Use it as a powerful tool instead of letting you feel small or afraid of showing your vulnerability. Let this be your power. Let your vulnerability shine through you and help others to do the same. This is truly, truly remarkable and powerful for you. And there could be definitely things coming up. Of course, there's a big theme around rebirth and birth in general with this new moon, and it's amplified for you guys because it's in your 8th house, but also about traumas coming up. And I'm not just talking about, traumas don't have to be like, violence or sexual abuse or something like that happened. Yes, this is part of it, but anything else, every little thing that happened to us in childhood, or things that maybe for your soul were traumatizing, could have been like your parents forgot to pick you up from kindergarten, or they came late, and in that moment you felt like nobody cares about you. This is an imprint that could have manifested as a trauma. But also I talk about the physical stuff, because trauma will be stored in our physical body, and this is where ailments will come into play, and symptoms will develop if we don't release these traumas, if we don't release them from our physical body, from our energetic field and emotional body. Because especially you guys, you like to move in this fire energy. So this is definitely a big thing that comes up, and also about joint finances. There could be a partner's finances or any kind of joint finances, and power and control. But I feel like there is a big release. There's something like, an end is coming. You can see the end of it. And after a big, long journey of something with someone together around these topics, and celebrate that. Celebrate everything you have done throughout this journey, and celebrate, and allow yourself to show that this was also very hard, as much as you are a powerhouse, but that was a hard process for you perhaps, and share that and be okay with that, and celebrate that you have persevered through this. Then the next one, Taurus. For you, Taurus, in the 7th house, all about relationships, but also contracts and negotiations that could be related to work, your business, this kind of stuff. Most importantly, a new beginning for you guys, the relationship with yourself, the beauty. You guys have this innate gift to create beauty wherever you are. You like your bling bling and sparkly stuff, but it's about the atmosphere, the energy, the beauty, and you have this gift to just create that anywhere you go. I have a couple of Taurus friends, and it's just beautiful. I always love to see them and visit them, and love to be in their energy, because they're just having this gift to bring you into this grounded beauty and make you feel like you are beautiful. And I feel like this is a new start for you guys to actually look at your relationship with yourself first, and to remember that this beauty within you, that you have this ability to create that anywhere you are, and with any person, or if you're not in a relationship at the moment, you by yourself, solo like me, then create this beauty for yourself. Yes, make it really for yourself, because this is where everything starts. And in terms of relationships, if you are in an intimate relationship, I feel there's like a new cycle starting to reconnect on a deeper level, and to, of course, you go through some transformation with the Scorpio energy, some rebirth and renewal, I feel, and it is for you guys all about bringing this beauty back into the relationship, and remember what that means, how to feel beautiful, how to make the other person feel beautiful, and how to create a beautiful time together. This is what I feel like this is a good or a big topic that will show up for you guys during this new moon. So a really great chance to reflect on your relationships and to reevaluate, and express what kind of what beauty means to you, and reevaluate that for yourself. I feel like there's a new rebirth, that what used to mean, what beauty used to mean to you is now different. And it's important because we change, we adapt. We are going through a new cycle, so we have to also adapt our values and belief systems about that. So upgrading as we go. So very important. I feel like this is what comes up for you guys. But it feels beautiful. I know I have probably used the word beauty probably 10,000 times in the last couple of minutes. But yeah, it's all about that. And I can feel like there's a lot of like, flower, heart shape, this type of thing, like this energy. So really use this energy. Gemini, for you guys in the 6th house, about your daily routine, the day-to-day stuff. Always, I remember one mentor told me, and I always use it, it's called the mundane house. In astrology, I personally think it is one of the most important houses because what we do on a daily basis will define our life. What you do today will define your tomorrow. And what you don't do today will also define your tomorrow. And it's related to health, our exercise regime, nutrition, our work, and how we are being of service. So very, very powerful and important house. And yeah, there was a lot of transformation happening before the new moon, like bringing up old stuff and old programming and fears and things that actually no longer align. You would have now realized by now, okay, certain processes and systems do not work for me anymore. They just don't align with my new version. They just don't support me in what I want to do in the future, who I want to be in the future. Very important. And as you guys know, I work always with the highest version of myself. So I always think in these terms. And yeah, let it fall away, let it break away. And this is a really good time, guys, for you to knuckle down, to become clear. How do you want your day to be? Where do you want to spend your energy? And this is a little energy hack here. I know not everyone will listen to it, but it would be for everyone. Do a stock take of your energy. What is giving you energy and what is taking away energy? And I'm talking about everything, places, people, activities. And then write it down honestly on a big paper, and then put down how many hours do you spend with each, and then even the percentages. So really to become really clear and to see, okay, that I spent 3 hours on something that actually takes energy away from me. Can I eliminate it? Or if not, can I reduce it? And this works like wonders. That will give you energy. It will give you more energy to do the things and to, enjoy yourself. Because so many of us are just like robots, and we are so in our routine. We just go through the motion and we just don't realize what is actually energizing us and what is taking away energy. So this is a really great start for you to establish a new regime, to work with your needs, and to help you to feel more energized in your day. And who doesn't want that? So perfect new start for you guys during this new moon. Cancer, 5th house, the house of fun, play, creation, children, taking risks, flirting, hobbies, romance, all this stuff. And if you probably would have gone a little bit deep the couple of days before on the energy, or felt like there's stuff coming up, like perhaps you realize what is actually bringing fun to me. Maybe you haven't had many fun activities in your day-to-day life, or you just let them go, or you forgot to connect with your inner child or the playful side within you, right? We all have that. We all want to have play and fun. This is amplifying our energy, right? If we enjoy what we do, we do it so well. We can do so much of it. It goes endless and beyond because we are so energized when we love what we do. So a great time for you to set some new intentions, to endeavor some new hobbies, to endeavor new things that bring you energy, that give you this childlike feeling of exploring and wanting to see the world and trying out something new. And also a very flirtatious energy, like, because when we tap into something new, it's kind of this energy, it's exciting. And so really use that energy, and this will amplify everything else in your life and will have a ripple effect on that too. So very powerful, and find something that really lights you up. And do that as often as you can, ideally on a daily basis, because we should feel joy on a daily basis. Joy is our birthright. We are meant to feel joy. Even if there are responsibilities, you still can feel joy. There's no rule why you can't dance in the kitchen, even if there are bills to pay, or you have to go to work, or pick up the children, whatever. There's always time for a joyful moment. Then, Leo, 4th house. Home and family. This is a very foundational house. Our sense of belonging. Also related to our parents and can be related to property. It really goes deep into the roots. And yeah, with this transformative rebirth, renewal energy of the Scorpio new moon, this could hit some people in a way like, oof, I actually don't know where I belong. I don't know if I actually agree with the roots that I have right now. I don't know if this is what I want. And this is a good thing, guys. Don't shy away from this question. It is not wrong to question things. We are here to question things because only through questioning we can learn and we can create something new. This new moon calls you to reevaluate your home and family space, your foundations, your sense of belonging. Yeah, your tribes actually as well, because your family, extended family, kind of our tribes as well, but really going deep to your roots. Where do you belong and where do you feel home? What makes you feel home? And this is a really great chance for you to plant new seeds for the next 6 months cycle. And this is also very powerful and can be scary. It can be scary to ask this question, right? Especially if you are someone like me, for example, who travels a lot and is in different places, and my blood family actually is always far away. But you really have to redefine what home and family means to you. And yeah, it's like, go deep, guys, go deep and take this time for you, because it's a foundational house. It's a foundational topic in your life. So don't skip it. Don't avoid it. Don't avoid this question. It's very powerful, as scary as it can feel. And yeah, speak it out to people you trust and talk with them or get some inspiration. But most importantly, trust your inner with them and what makes you feel good. Go really deep into your own soul with them, because everything you're asking for and everything you're seeking is already within you. That's a big message for you guys. Virgo, 3rd house. 3rd house, my beautiful Virgos, communication. Expression, also related to community, collaboration, extended family, neighbors, siblings, this kind of stuff. And also like short distance travel is related to that, and our mindset and learning and education. So these topics are very much dominant for you. I feel like there's a big new cycle starting in terms of your communication. I feel like you guys have realized, oh, hang on, and especially with the previous eclipse season, that you tiptoed around a lot and walking on eggshells, and that's actually enough. And always fearing what the other party or other person may think or feel, or what is their response, and kind of like waiting for other people to take the initiative. But I feel like there's a new cycle starting for you guys to actually step into your power and to change your communication. Be like, okay, now I'm stepping up for myself. I claim what I need and what I express that, and I'm not afraid of what other people think or how they respond. It doesn't really matter. The most important thing is I express my true, authentic self, and you can either leave it or take it. This kind of energy. I feel like there's a beautiful new cycle starting, and that will help you to collaborate with the right people around you. This will help you to change your surroundings with the energy too, to really step into your true authentic self. And yeah, look at the subconscious programming that is coming through. Go deep into that shadow work. Where do you need to transform? Like, what are the programs that are coming through when it comes to your communication and speaking your truth? What is holding you back to speak your truth right now? Of course, we all have the fear of rejection, but go deeper. There's some individual personal imprints that you bring into this lifetime or from childhood that are unique to your soul. So let them come, shine through, and release them and reframe them. Okay, but really communicate and express in whatever shape or form. This is your time. If you are already like someone who loves to write and do videos or is musical, artistic in any shape or form, new cycle starting, new ways of expression. Have fun exploring and call the new in for you. Libra. Libra, for you, this is in the second house. The second house is all about finances, our possessions, our values, and especially brings up what our attitude is towards money and our belief system. So I know a couple of Libras, so that resonates for sure. It's coming up, the deep shadow work and that space for you to really look at your belief systems about money. What are my belief systems about money, and how do I feel about money? What is my relationship to money? I know this may sound really out there and funny or weird perhaps, but I go on a date every day with money in the morning, because I also work on my relationship with money. It's like money's just energy, just like your soulmate, just like everything else. And I tell money what I need from money, and then I ask what it needs from me. And also, honestly, if we all do that, how often do we just expect money to turn up in a certain way, shape or form, and we actually never grateful for it? Or when it turns up, we immediately let it go. Imagine this would be your husband. You call it, or your boyfriend that you start dating. You ask them, "Oh, come home," and then you push them out the moment they step through the door. This is the energy with money, right? So if you feel called to do that, try that. Really go on a date and interview it. You can do it via journaling, you can do it visualizing, whatever suits you, or just talk it out loud. There's so many ways how you can do that. Whatever works for you, this is your thing. And start doing that and see what's coming up. Because this is a very powerful time for you to really step into a new cycle. I can feel like there's a lot of abundance coming, but there's a lot of stuff that you need to let go of before. There's something that holds you back, like barriers, like something that you haven't really allowed yourself to tap into yet. You have scratched the surface, but it goes way deeper than that. And as we know, with this new moon energy of Scorpio, it goes deep, very deep. And this is your chance now to clear this out once and for all, to let it go and to step into a new cycle and watch what happens. Plant the seed and water it, bring sunshine. Don't try to dig it up every second day to see if it is growing. You know, guys, this is never gonna happen. There's nothing will grow out of this. So trust the process as well, because money, yeah, it is one of those things where you actually also have to trust. And like with every relationship, you plant the seeds, you communicate, you express your needs. And you also have to learn to trust the other person. And you can only learn to trust by trusting, right? And then you will see, are they worthy of my trust or not? And that takes time. It needs to grow over time. Very beautiful cycle ahead for you guys. I can see definitely a lot of abundance coming. If you really face your shadow selves, if you really go deep, and I get this told right now, I get goosebumps. You really are in for a good amount of abundance in whatever shape or form that you know, like the money, whatever you want to call it, whatever new wealth frequency you want to step into, it doesn't matter, but it's there for you. It's already waiting. It's like knocking on, you know, on the door. It's there. It's almost, I can see it, I can feel it, but you are the one who needs to shift whatever is holding you back within you. And most likely it's a programming that comes from obviously the society and how you grew up. And it's for you to see, and to see this is not you, because abundance is also our birthright. Scorpio, this is your time, guys. It may not feel like it before it, but it is the beautiful time about yourself. The first house, about your physical appearance, about how others see you, what mark you want to leave in this world, about your values and belief systems, about yourself. And this can feel like very heavy when you kind of try to navigate through the transformation, when you realize, okay, what is actually my reality? What do I perceive as my reality? What is actually my reality? What I recommend, or what I feel like the best thing is, you guys need to carve some time out for stillness here. Because when we are like so flooded and fogged with all these and foggy views, with all these other belief systems around us that are not ours, and people telling us what we should do, shouldn't do, all that, we have no space. We can actually not see what actually is us. What is our reality? What do we perceive as our reality? What do we feel? What is it what we need and want right now? And that's a very powerful cycle for you starting, guys, to revamp yourself, like a new start, a complete new you, like shedding off the old skin, letting go of all these old layers, and really stepping into your new powerful version, and really be bold with thinking, dreaming, feeling what you want to become or who do you want to be in the future. Like really work with your future self on a daily basis. Like ask your future version, your highest frequency version that you want to be. What would you do? How would you dress? How would you eat? How would you sleep? How would you respond to this person? Do that on a daily basis and check in. Every decision you make, check in. What would my highest version of myself do? What would she do? Is it aligned with the version I want to step into? Like it may feel like work at first, but it's really profound. It will help you to change, and you kind of, honestly, by the time you are it, you won't realize, because it all merges into one. This is how we also collapse timelines. And I mentioned that a couple of times in this video already, because you can be that person right here, right now. I'm not talking about fake it until you make it. It's an internal job, and you start feeling it. And then it may seem like you fake it, but it's actually you feeling it and you being it. And then you merge into it. It's like you're tuning into the frequency. You dial your radio station. You want to dial from rock to R&B. That's what we do. We dial into the frequency. We adjust and amend all that, and we get there, you know? This is for you guys. Very powerful new cycle. I'm excited for you. I can see it. I have also a few Scorpio friends, and they are in for a big ride before, but it will be very much rewarded if you do the inner work. Let me tell you that. Sagittarius risings. Welcome, my dear Sagittarius brothers and sisters. I have Sagittarius rising myself, and I feel that. 12th house, the overarching house, the roof of the house. It may feel like it's crumbling and it's leaking. There are things coming through that you need to see. It's about our belief systems, our biggest fears and biggest dreams at the same time. And the subconscious, of course, plays a big part here as well, because what is programmed within our subconscious. And I talk about the leaking roof. It's like, okay, so we start to see holes in there, and then we start to be like, okay, do you want to just fix it, or do you want to actually take off the whole roof, take away the whole roof and create a new one? Because we can reframe our belief systems. It is like a conditioning process, but we can do it. And this is the powerful part of this. Yeah. First, what is not so it is powerful, but what may feel a little bit more heavier or darker or something, whatever feeling comes up, is when you go into the healing work, when you go deep into your current belief systems and you actually don't like them. But then the powerful part is that, you can reframe them, you can change them, you can choose different belief systems. And how amazing is that? I personally went through a little of a purge last weekend, and I just had to let it all come to the surface, to see and to sort through it, like sorting through like your wardrobe. Be like, nope, yes, nope, yes. And this was what I was doing. And then I was I was feeling into, what do I actually want to believe? What is my belief? And I do that best when I spend time in stillness and I'm away from literally everyone and everything, not even like Netflix or anything like that, and really start spending time with myself. This is when powerful shifts will happen. So I would recommend you to take some time out for yourself here as well. I mean, every sign should, because this is a deep feeling, shedding, going into a subconscious mind kind of new moon energy beforehand. And this is where the shift will happen. It won't happen by you keep doing your daily routine and be in the external world and be distracted from everything that needs to be seen within you, that needs to come to the surface, right? And then you can plant a new. This is the fun part. This is the fun, when you really can plant the new seeds and you can create and you can do whatever you want. Literally you can, because the only person who puts limits on yourself is you. You do it by surrounding yourself with limiting people, being in doing limiting activities and stuff like that. You are in charge of your life. You are the master of your life, your energetic field, your emotions, your mind, your body. You can command it at any given time. Never forget that. Capricorn, 11th house. My dear Capricorns, this is about friendships, all your groups and circles and aspirations. Yeah, environment. Big theme for you guys. There's definitely transformation. There's a new coming. I feel like you guys start to explore into new groups and try out new things. And before, like, the transformation phase, when you start to see, okay, what no longer serves you, this may have felt a little bit heavy or hard to let go, because the mind will kick in and be like, oh, but I have been with this group for a long time, or I always see these people. And it's hard to actually really take stock of our day-to-day patterns and to see what truly is energizing us and what really is taking away energy from us, what does not serve us. This can be very hard to do, but I recommend that to do for you guys, to really see and focus on the groups, the people, your environment you spend most of your time with. Where do you feel the most energized when you go to this group, and then how do you feel after? Really observe this. How do you feel before you go into this group, your meetups or your hobbies, whatever, but also your work environment perhaps, and how do you feel after? You may feel super energized before, yes, I'm so ready to go. And afterwards, you feel so depleted. You have all these negative thoughts and you wonder, like, where the heck is that coming from? I felt so good before. And this is when we go into the energetics, when we start talking about when you pick up other people's energies or their subconscious programming that is stored in the energetic field. That goes probably very deep right now, but this is what happens. So become aware of that and start clearing this up. Start clearing your energy field and really spend time only with those who energize you and support you in your future vision and with everything you aspire to do. Why would you drink poison? Doesn't make sense, right? So really take that into consideration and be Capricornian here. Like, be like very determined, be like focused on your goals. You guys are hard workers, you have goals, you're really good at goal settings, you're really good at going after your goals. So do the same for your sake, for yourself. Yeah, put yourself first here. New cycle starting. Take this chance, plant the seeds. Aquarius, for you guys, this is in the 10th house, about your career, your purpose, about your public reputation and leadership. New cycle. Always great to step into a new role, if you are in employment, or maybe apply for a new job, endeavor something new. Yeah, complete change perhaps. This may have been very transformative in the sense of like really reflecting of, what am I doing here? What is this workspace? Is it really fulfilling for me? I'm going here every day, spend 80% of my day here, literally. This is literally serving what I want to portray in this lifetime, what I want to give to humanity, who I am. Is it supporting me in that space, or is it actually just draining me? Am I just ticking the clock and wait for the time to be over and go home? Do you want to live that way, basically? Is that what you want to do? And is this like how you want to be seen in this world? So big question here about purpose. And yes, can be a very scary question. There's always a lot of label and stuff attached, but this is also a time for you to go deep. What are you afraid of? Maybe we all have there's something subtle what we actually want to love or would love to do, but we're so scared, and then the mind kicks in couple of seconds after and will tell us all the stuff why we can't or shouldn't do this. And this is a really good time for you to journal and go deep and ask yourself, what do I want? What kind of mark do I want to leave in this world? What gets me out of bed in the morning? What is, bringing passion to me? What do I love doing? And this is actually your purpose, something you're really good at. Or even ask your friends and family members, what are the 3 biggest strengths you see in me? Like, sometimes we cannot see these things because we have all this, like the blind spots and the programming about ourselves and the self-sabotage and negative self-talk. But ask them and then put it together and use it. Oh, wow, I'm good with that. I'm a good communicator. What can I do with that? And tap into that. And the purpose will be given to you. It's like something that will come. It's a process, not a thing that you sit down and boom, it falls from heaven. And it's like something that's birthing. And I feel like there's something new birthing within you right now. You started to tiptoe a little bit, tiptoe into new territory and trying new things. And I feel if you allow yourself to go really deep and strip away all the clutter and all the noises from the outside world, you will find your answer. 100%. I'm very sure about that. And I'm excited. So anyone who's like discovering something new, please leave it in the comment. Help others. Share your inspiration, your passion when you have found it. Because then we can bring this ripple effect to everyone on the planet. And that's what we're here for. We help each other to grow and evolve. Last time, Pisces. Pisces, for you, 9th house. Yeah, long distance travel, moving. I can see moving. About higher learning, exploration, opening your horizon. It's also related to foreign countries, different cultures, to religion and teaching. Yeah, new beginning here to step into something new, to explore some new territory. And there's, of course, transformation happening before and asking, maybe you guys have held back a little and you put yourself a little bit in a cave, in a box, and you haven't allowed yourself to explore new things, but possibly also because there were a lot of like responsibilities and that were like putting you in a box or limiting you to do that. And now it's time to step into a new cycle where you actually can explore again, study something new again, like what is energizing you, what brings passion to you. But there could also be like a change, as in like a move. I can see it could be even, change of locations or even countries, because you want to explore, you want to immerse yourself into something new. I see like a merging of cultures and new languages and culinaries and all that stuff that comes with it. So very much exciting energy. I feel like the new, I feel like a sunrise is given to me, and that's, like behind the horizon, it's like shown as like the new is awakening and rebirthing, and you're coming out of your cave real literally, like the phoenix rising from the ashes, and literally explore again. And you will see, wow, where was I the last 6 months? Really reflect and ask yourself, where have I been the last 6 months? And I'm not meaning physically per se, just that, but internally. Where was your mind at? Where was your focus at? And where did you limit yourself? And let this come to the surface and ask yourself those questions, especially the limiting beliefs around that. Why didn't I do this earlier? Why didn't I move? Or why am I afraid of moving? There's maybe a soul urge within you, like, I want to move. I want to go somewhere else. I want to explore. I want to do something totally different. But then the mind comes in and be like, no. You stay where you are because you're safe. And that's what we're here for. We're going to stay safe and nothing else. But bullshit. Work through this. Ask yourself, what is this fear? And is this even evident? Is there evidence for this fear? Is there anything that can validate that? So yeah, also very beautiful, powerful time for you guys. And in general, I must say, I really am loving this new moon energy. The time before, I say it again, is definitely very transformative, can feel very heavy, lots of purging. But if you allow it to flow through you, there's this beautiful new birthing happening and the transformation happening and stepping into a beautiful, powerful new cycle. And I feel it's all there for us. It's all given. It's all there. We just need to free ourselves from the shackles, from the past, from subconscious programming, from anything that we put upon ourselves. And always remember, you are the master of your life, and you can let that go right here, right now. And that's for this new moon, my lovely people. And I hope this is of guidance to you. And thank you for watching, for tuning in. You can also find all the details how to work with me. I do soul path alignment sessions and intuitive birth chart readings as well. Although I love to integrate them in my packages, because I feel like a one-off reading is a lot of information, and I like to empower you to work with your soul imprints, with the map of your soul, rather than just collecting information and then you don't do anything with it, because then what is the purpose of that? So again, if you want to work with me, you can find all the information below. You can comment, you can DM me. Please share, subscribe, and I see you next time, and I love you.